What's up, everyone? John Renger from Techno Buffalo here. We are just a few short weeks away from RIM taking the wraps off its way long-awaited, long-hyped BlackBerry 10 operating system and their BlackBerry 10 launch devices. It's coming up at the very end of January, so I thought I'd run through my top 5 features I'm most excited about with BlackBerry 10, and the more I see it, the more I play with BlackBerry 10, the more excited I'm getting. We're trying something new here. We've got 2 cameras. See how this works out. So give us your opinions on that as well. Let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so BlackBerry 10 brings a ton of new features. RIM is finally stepping up to a modern operating system. Now, the discussion whether or not it's too late or whether or not they have any life left in them is really yet to be written. But after we had a chance to play with BlackBerry 10 at CES, I think RIM's got some juice left in that berry, so to speak. So let me run through my top 5 features. So these are the top 5 features that I'm most excited about. It brings a ton of other ones to the party. You might be excited about others. Let's go ahead and start with number 5, the BlackBerry Hub. The BlackBerry Hub is where all your messages live. Everything from email, BBM, making a comeback. You can share your pin with people, social media updates, text messages, and everything. It looks like a really handy way to avoid having to go to individual apps to check your updates. I'm hoping though it's super customizable because I don't want my phone to vibrate, ding, or make some sort of noise when I get an at reply on Twitter. But it looks really nice to have sort of a universal inbox for everything. Now, there was kind of that in previous versions of BlackBerry, and certainly other operating systems have had some of these features. But the way they've done it, the way it's looked really cool to activate it using that peek feature where you can sort of just pull over and see it, is really neat. So I'm very excited about that. Number 4 is Active Frames. It's not a new feature in the mobile OSs, but it's totally a great one. Essentially what mobile frames do, let you quickly access up to 8 apps in one screen. Think of it like Live Tiles for a Windows Phone. These little app previews are going to receive real-time updates, but they're only going to do it for first-party BlackBerry apps at launch. So your calendar, you'll be able to see what's coming. If you have a web page open, a new content's been there, you should be able to see it. It looks really neat to see, and the interface is really slick and really smooth. It works very quickly, not what you'd expected from RIM in the past. So those live sort of tiles are one of the more sexy features of BlackBerry 10. One of the less sexy features, one of the coolest things, is number 3, the on-screen keyboard. It's a bit of a weird one to be excited about, I totally know, but RIM has done an awesome job of taking touch typing to the next level. Using something called next word prediction, you can literally swipe suggestions up from the keyboard to your text. It's going to learn really quickly how you type, and it's going to adapt accordingly to hopefully eliminate almost all typos. RIM could have one of the best virtual keyboards around, and it's only going to get better as you use it. The more you use it, the better it's going to work. So their on-screen keyboard could be RIM's secret sauce. Alright, number 2 is BlackBerry Balance. What this is going to do is help you maintain balance between your work life and professional. A lot of people have to carry 2 devices, a BlackBerry for work and probably some other Android or iOS device or Windows Phone for personal. RIM's hoping you can only carry one. Essentially what this does is to kind of segment your phone completely. You can have separate profiles, let you manage apps separately. IT professionals can manage just the business side of your BlackBerry. You can set alerts for just the business side of your BlackBerry. If it ever gets lost or stolen, you can wipe just the business side of the BlackBerry. But the reason I'm most excited about it is after work hours, you can shut off that whole part of the phone. Essentially, it's like having 2 separate phones. So you don't have to worry about being out on a date and seeing all your work emails come in and getting all stressed and worried about it. You can just turn it off. You can just have your personal phone, and it's sort of a phone that can do all kinds of different stuff. So I'm really excited that RIM has done that. It's a really sort of ingenious feature that should have been there from day one. Essentially, it's like a profile for business and for pleasure, but it is really neat. It's something that folks have carried a BlackBerry for a while and had to carry more than one device are going to be super excited about. So that brings us to number 1. Can I get a drum roll, please? Real keyboards. I'm so excited to get a real keyboard on a BlackBerry. I love the keyboard on the Bold 9900. It's probably one of the best typing experiences I've ever experienced, but unfortunately, it was running on an outdated BlackBerry operating system. So being able to actually get a real keyboard, that Bold 9900 keyboard on a touchscreen with really up-to-date features, killer RAM, dual-core processors, and BlackBerry 10, I am jazzed about. For me, there's really no substitute for typing on a physical keyboard. Like you, I've been using on-screen keyboards for years, since 2007. Actually, being able to get that real keyboard, love the clickety-clack action, I cannot wait for. I'm hoping that we're going to see the keyboard version of BlackBerry 10 launch on the 30th, and it's going to be available for purchase soon after, because that is a phone for me. I can really envision myself carrying that every day. I would love to have that guy in my pocket and be able to get the best of both worlds, get the keyboard and get the best of BlackBerry 10 experience. So what do you guys think? Do you agree with my top 5? There are a ton of others I could have put in there. If you think I missed one, put your top 5 or put a feature you're most excited about. There are obviously hundreds and probably thousands of new features going to be coming to BlackBerry 10. I think RIM can actually pull this off, and I think RIM could be successful if they can get developers there. There are a lot of other great features, totally redesigned BlackBerry App World that's got movies and music and actually looks like a real app store, are some of the other features that I think are going to be killer in BlackBerry 10. Leave your comments down below. For now, I'm John Rettinger from Techno Buffalo. Check us out for the latest and greatest tech news, and I'll see you guys in the next video.